for our next news special report.
Some breaking news, folks. The Biden administration's in hot water, and it's not just us saying it anymore. Even CNN is turning up the heat. Anderson Cooper just went head-to-head with Kamala Harris, and let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. We're talking about a VP fumbling to defend a president who can barely string a sentence together. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Stay tuned for the full story and a final thought that will blow your mind. And just as the Biden administration faces tough questions, our channel stands at a critical juncture. For over a decade, we have been your beacon of truth, but now we are fighting censorship and demonetization. Like the White House scrambling to defend itself, we're battling to keep our voice heard. YouTube has silenced us for more than 16 months, ignoring our appeals, but we won't back down. Now remember, the upcoming election is not just political. It is about the soul of America, and it's a battle. Your support is critical right now. Whether through a donation, a prayer, or sharing our message, every action counts. Help us continue exposing the truth. Visit the links below to stand with us. Together, we'll keep the flame of truth burning bright. Now back to the political meltdown. The Biden administration is in full damage control mode, but it's not working. Last night's debate was a disaster for the president, and now his own party is starting to turn on him. We're seeing cracks in the foundation, folks, and it's not just Republicans pointing them out anymore. CNN's Anderson Cooper, of all people, just put Vice President Kamala Harris on the hot seat. He wasn't pulling any punches, asking the tough questions that we've all been wondering about. Is Biden fit to lead? Should he step down? These aren't just whispers in the hall of Congress anymore. They are being broadcast on primetime TV. Watch.
John King has described a panic inside the Democratic Party right now because of President Biden's performance in tonight's debate. He's been hearing from Democratic lawmakers and others around the country. Some within your own party are wondering if President Biden should even step aside. What do you say to that?
Listen, first of all, what we saw tonight is the president making a very clear contrast with Donald Trump on all of the issues that matter to the American people. Yes, there was a slow start, but it was a strong finish. And what became very clear through the course of the night is that Joe Biden is fighting on behalf of the American people, on substance, on policy, on performance. Joe Biden is extraordinarily strong.
And but I'm sorry, on substance and policy and performance tonight, I mean, the president's performance tonight clearly was disappointing for his supporters. CNN is reporting Democratic lawmakers watching the debate were worried about the president's performance. One said it was a disaster. Another called it a train wreck. Those are Democrats especially worried that Biden did not punch back on Trump's lies.
Listen, people can debate on style points, but ultimately this election and who is the president of the United States has to be about substance. And the contrast is clear. Look at what happened during the course of the debate. Donald Trump lied over and over and over again, as he is wont to do. He would not disavow what happened on January 6th. He would not give a clear answer on whether he would stand by the election results this November. He went back and forth about where he stands on one of the most critical issues of freedom in America, which is the right of a woman to make decisions about their own body. He has been completely ambiguous and all over the place about where he stands on that issue, despite the fact that he hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and that's exactly what they did. And just 3 years ago, we commemorated the 2-year anniversary of Dobbs, wherein women across our country have been denied emergency health care,
all that may be true. All that may be true. But the president of the United States was not able to make that case to Donald Trump on the stage tonight. I mean, you debated against then Vice President Vice President Biden 4 years ago, and he was a very different person on the stage 4 years ago when you debated him. You must, I mean, that's certainly true, is it not?
Anderson, the point has to be performance in terms of what a president does. A president who incites an insurrection against the Capitol. No, but I got the point that you're making about a 1.5-hour debate tonight. I'm talking about 3.5 years of performance in work that has been historic
But
whether
is that
it be
the man who we saw on the stage tonight, is that the person you see in meetings every day?
The person that you saw on the debate stage that has, for the last 3.5 years, up until today, performed in a way that has been about, whether it be in the Oval Office, negotiating bipartisan deals so that we have an infrastructure, a real infrastructure plan where we're putting trillions of dollars on the streets of America to upgrade our infrastructure. Whether it be the person I see in the Oval Office who is meeting with heads of the military and the intelligence community and in the Situation Room, ensuring the safety of America. The person I see in Joe Biden on the world stage, convening world leaders who often ask for his advice, most recently just during the G7 conference. So I'm not going to spend all night with you talking about the last 90 minutes when I've been watching the last 3.5 years of performance.
But this was a debate that your campaign wanted. You pushed for this debate at this moment. Obviously, I mean, you can't honestly say, I mean, can you say that you are not concerned at all having watched the president's performance tonight?
It was a slow start. That's obvious to everyone. I'm not going to debate that point.
Did you catch that? Harris couldn't even give a straight answer. She's tap dancing around the issue, trying to spin Biden's fumbling debate performance as some kind of victory. But we all saw what happened. The president could barely keep his thoughts straight, and now his own VP can't defend him without resorting to empty talking points. This isn't just bad optics, folks. This is a full-blown crisis for the White House. When CNN starts asking if the president should resign, you know things have gone off the rails. And let's be clear, this isn't about style points or partisan politics. This is about the basic ability to lead our nation. Democrats are in panic mode. They're using words like disaster and train wreck to describe Biden's performance. These aren't just random folks on the streets. These are lawmakers and strategists within the president's own party. They're seeing what we've been saying all along. Biden isn't up to the job. And what's Harris's response to all this? More deflection, more attempts to change the subject. She keeps trying to bring up Trump as if that's going to make us forget about Biden's shortcomings. But the American people aren't buying it anymore. This administration is crumbling before our eyes. They can't handle tough questions from friendly media, let alone the challenges facing our nation. The economy is in shambles, our borders are wide open, and our enemies are getting bolder by the day. And what do we have in the White House? A president who can't debate and a vice president who can't defend him. It's time for some serious soul searching in Washington. The Democrats pushed for this debate thinking it would showcase Biden's strength. Instead, it exposed his weaknesses for all to see, and now they're scrambling to cover their tracks. But the damage is done. The American people deserve better. We deserve leaders who can stand up to scrutiny, who can answer tough questions without falling apart. We saw that last night, and we're seeing it in the aftermath. It's a clear sign the Biden administration is not up to the task. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Well, this isn't just about one bad debate or one tough interview. It's about the future of our republic. When the president can't perform and the vice president can't explain why, we are in trouble. This administration's failures aren't just political missteps, they are threats to our nation's stability. We need leaders who can face challenges head-on, not ones who crumble under pressure. America deserves better, and it's up to us to demand it.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.